also maybe on the long term as use of Hugo Bissouma?
Yeah, I mean, Hugo won't be available for Sunday. And then the other injuries, we're just assessing day by day. The lads haven't trained yet. We just reported now, so we're going to see how the boys are feeling in terms of training this afternoon and also tomorrow leading into the game on Sunday.
It's nice to come in today, isn't it, off the back of that? It's been a tough few weeks. I suppose coming into training today will be a lot better.
Yeah, of course, and it's a process that we want to follow and continue with in terms of creating this togetherness and everyone feeling part of something. Obviously, the second half was positive yesterday, and we're fully aware that we pretty much have no time to prepare for a game at Anfield on Sunday. But we're going to recover and go there as a team and hopefully get a positive result.
This is a big club, so people talk about Spurs a lot. Some people like to knock Spurs, but got home last night. Spurs are fifth. You'd think sometimes they're 15th with the way it's being spoken about. This could still be a very positive end to the season. Yeah,
I mean, in football, negativity can spread very quickly. But at the same time, so can positivity. And if you create a good feeling and a good energy, then that can also accelerate a process. So hopefully we can continue with what we see in the second half. But I'd also say the first half as well, because I know Man United scored 2 goals and they had some openings and they were probably the better side in the first half. But we were together. We had belief in what we was doing, and it's important we continue that way.
Champions League chances are probably slim at the moment. However, Spurs have been in Europe 13 straight years. Remember you making your debut in the UEFA Cup under Harry. Does this club need to be in Europe? Some fans think, a year off might do Spurs some good. Where do you see it?
Honestly, and for me, I'll remain quite consistent with this. The most important thing for this football club is to be together and feel like everyone's connected and everyone's pulling in the same direction. And then what happens on the football pitch will happen. But I really believe that if you're strong inside and you create a good core inside the football club, then that will transfer onto the football pitch, and football will take care of itself.
It was a collective last night with the squad, but I didn't mention it to you last night, but I thought Harry Kane, especially second half, was just unbelievable. His work rate. There aren't many strikers, Ryan, who have that ability sort of to drop deep. He was everywhere last night, passing.
Yeah, he was outstanding. This country probably don't appreciate how good he is from a footballer point of view. He's incredible. I've always said that. I was fortunate enough to come through the academy with Harry. We played together, and obviously being on the other side now and watch him as a coach, it's a pleasure. I've thought it many times in the last couple of seasons to watch him live. This country should appreciate we've got a real special talent.
Do you think it gets stick about not winning things and all that? Is that just the way it is in this country sometimes? It's crazy. People compare him. Every time he's won a record, people start to compare him with other ex-players.
Yeah, listen, that's people's opinion. But I certainly value loyalty. And when I see a player showing loyalty, not only on the football pitch, but off it as well. He's a family man. He's humble. He's hardworking. And if I'm speaking to any kid in this academy or around the world, I say to look at Harry, because he's a role model for so many people, not just children, but for adults as well. And we're very lucky to have him here.
Daniel Levy said the other week, maybe one day there's a statue of Harry Kane outside the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. You as a Tottenham man, you can't imagine life at Tottenham without Harry, could you?
Listen, the future is the future. It's important that we focus on right now, and our fans love him. We all love him here, and we appreciate him at this football club.
Thanks, Mike. Jake?
Hi, Ryan. As you said, the second half was a massive improvement, although you said it was unfortunate that there could have been more in the first half. Is the tactical change that you made then at half-time, is that something that perhaps we could see going forward in the Liverpool game and beyond?
Oh, listen, it's not about me. It wasn't about me. We had players on the football pitch that were the ones that turned it around. Obviously, it's our job as coaches to try and help them and guide them and make changes to influence games. And thankfully, the boys reacted. We had a positive reaction at half-time. It was important that we got the next goal, and I felt like the momentum was with us for maybe a 20 or 30-minute spell where it was like we were getting many chances, and we created some clear openings. So to see the second one go in the back of the net was pleasing. And then also to see it out at the end, because I thought the lads put so much effort into it from a physical point of view, but also emotionally as well. To stay strong together at the end was a positive as well.
And then that obviously helped massively to try and take it into a game at Anfield as well.
Yeah, I think so. But I'll probably reiterate what I just said. We've pretty much got no time whatsoever. The game's almost 48 hours from now. So it's a really, really quick turnaround. So we've got to focus on recovery as much as possible to prepare the game from a tactical point of view, and also see how the boys have reacted from last night.
Liverpool's season has been below par by their standards, but they've been very good at home still, unbeaten in 8. How do you go about trying to upset that?
Yeah, listen, we focus on ourselves. We feel confident that whenever we have the ball against any opposition, we can hurt them because we've got quality players. But at the same time, we have to respect who we're coming up against, and be a team, be humble together, and work hard for each other, and hopefully get a positive result.
And just lastly then, for you as well, I know you said it's not about you, but managing at Anfield, that's something that you're going to be doing on Sunday. Just describe what you can expect from that, standing in the dugout in that famous stadium.
Yeah, I mean, I've played there. I know what it's like. Playing football and coaching in England is special wherever I go, because it's the country that I'm born in, the country that I love, and I feel like it's the best country in the world to be involved in football with. So, yeah, I mean, from a personal point of view, the biggest pride I have is representing this football club. It's not going up to compete against anyone else. It's the fact that I'm here, and I'm trying to help the club as best as possible.
Nick? Gentleman Sun said that some of last night came from a sort of a place of anger. Has there been some channeled anger at the football club in the last few days, do you think?
Yeah, I think naturally when you have a result like we did last Sunday, that there should be anger. I might have said it in the press conference before the game. I wanted to see an angry team, because as members of staff, as players, as professionals, and I'm sure our fans at home as well were angry with how the weekend went, and that type of thing took care of itself. That was a natural reaction to feel those sort of emotions, and it was key for us to try and take it into the game, but at the same time with a clear head as well.
Last time you did this, you were going into a cup final. Now you find yourself with all these games in a row. How easy is it for you to try and change what's going on when you're often completely slammed by events and matches and things going on?
Yeah, obviously the schedule we've had this week is tough and very demanding. But that's the Premier League. That's the business we're in, and that's why we have a squad of players that we trust all of them, and we can rely on all of them. And our main focus is preparing for this game on Sunday. We realise and understand what we're going to face. We have to take care of ourselves and go there as a group with full belief that we can get a result.
It's a crucial game, actually, isn't it? Because Liverpool is starting to put a run together. They may not say they're targeting top 4, but they could end up in the top 4, as well as all the kind of repair work you're having to do with Spurs. This is a big kind of battle for a European spot, as well as everything else.
Honestly, I think this game is always big, just because of the history of the two football clubs. We understand we've got 5 games left until the end of the season, and the game on Sunday is not going to determine the outcome at the end of the season. But of course, we understand Tottenham and Liverpool at any stage of the season, in any circumstances, is going to be a big game for the players and the fans as well.
And both teams are the points to prove, would you say?
Listen, I can't speak for Liverpool. They're their own club in their own situation, but I've said that for us it's about being together and creating that togetherness and going there strong as a team, and a team that everyone can look at us and say, yeah, we see a group of players that are working for each other.
Hi Ryan. Richarlison's had a bit of a stop start season through injury, but was in the team last night. What did you make of his performance?
Yeah, I thought he helped us. He done exactly what I thought he would do. He caused them a lot of problems running in the channels and creating a bit of physicality for us. Obviously, he's had a bit of time out, and you could probably see that in terms of the lack of rhythm at times. But he's that type of player that causes a lot of trouble, and yeah, I think once he scores a goal and once he gets that confidence, then we might see a different type of player.
Is it a case of just giving him those minutes now as well to make sure you see him at his very best?
No, we've got a squad of players that we need to decide the best team to win a game of football. We felt like last night Richie, the profile of player he is, could help us, and we spoke before about having a bit of anger and showing a reaction. I think naturally Richie is that type of player that likes a bit of physical contact, and yeah, I was very pleased with his performance last night.
In terms of Liverpool then, how much of a threat is Trent Alexander-Arnold this weekend? He's playing in a more central role now and creating things for the team.
Yeah, obviously we're talking about an exceptional footballer, but they've got many different players that can cause us problems. They've proven that over the years, sorry. And we're aware of that. The focus on us isn't one individual. It's about stopping them as a team, and also us acting as a team with the ball and hopefully hurting them as well.
Okay, Jack.
Spurs obviously have not had much success at Anfield over recent years. Do you worry there might be an inferiority complex in the group, and how do you change that?
No, every game's different. We have to approach every game with the mindset of being in the present and in that moment. It's a difficult place to go. We're aware of that, and yeah, like you rightly say, I think recent history probably suggests that. But I don't think on Sunday, years gone by, is going to influence the outcome of the match or the mindset we approach it with. We're confident. We're always going to be confident in our ability, and if we perform to our best with the ball, we know we can hurt them.
And quickly, Danjuma came on last night. What do you make of him as a player and what he can offer?
Yeah, I mean, we're recovering some players in the attacking positions. We've had quite a few injuries in those positions. He's a player with energy, and he's a player also that arrives in goal-scoring positions quite often when he plays. And yeah, I want to see him keep working hard on the training pitch and giving us a problem to have when we're selecting a team.
Finish with Dan, please.
Just on Richarlison again, Ryan, you played him on the left last night and so on the right. Under your predecessors, it was normally the other way round. Can you just explain your thinking there?
Yeah, like I say, in terms of for us, I felt like we could exploit him in the channels, and naturally for Richie, the left side is probably better for him, and he can score from that side. And we've seen with Sonny over the years that whether he's on his right foot or left foot from outside the box or cutting in either side, he can score goals. So we wanted to keep that goal threat from both channels, and I felt like we had that. Obviously in the first half we probably wasn't as clinical as we would have liked to have been, but at the same time the players could feel that every time we had the ball we could hurt them, and going forward that's important for us.
And we all know by now that Harry can play 10 and 9 just as well, but it did look like he was dropping deep more often than perhaps he has at other points in the season. Again, can you sort of talk us through your thinking there? Was that a concerted plan to get him in space on the ball?
So yeah, there's some plans we do like to give Harry a guidance of where we feel space might be, but at the same time we're talking about honestly one of the most intelligent and best players in the world, and to take that instinctiveness away from him for me is something we don't want to do, and if Harry feels like he needs to come very deep and get the ball off the defenders at times, then he can do that because he's got the passing ability to affect games from every area of the pitch. And yeah, I think we see last night that once again Harry Kane is probably one of the best strikers in the world.
So is that the message to Kane then? Just kind of get a feel for the game and sort of do what he thinks is best to impact it?
Yeah, we have different tactical plans for every opposition, and we understood yesterday that we probably had one of the best strikers in the world coming up against one of the best defensive midfielders in the last decade. So that was going to be a key battle, and I thought Harry influenced the game. You know, he created the second goal, but at the same time he was constantly involved in the game, and the more touches Harry gets to the ball, we feel like the more chances we're going to create.
And then just on yourself, you spoke very well on Wednesday about age not being a barrier to being a manager and your experience in coaching. I wonder kind of how encouraging it is to see guys like Vincent Kompany and Michael Carrick doing so well in the Championship, given relatively little experience in coaching. Does that kind of give yourself motivation and more belief?
Yeah, I mean, I've never doubted my personal ability, because I've worked hard for the last 6 years to spend many hours on the grass and coach a lot and get a good understanding for it. And at the same time, I like seeing young managers do well, and probably more so young English managers, because I think the route for us is quite difficult at times. And yeah, that's part of football. The more younger managers we get, I guess it's good. It's exciting for people, but at the same time, you've got to get results. That's the business, and if you don't get results, then unfortunately, it becomes difficult.